Our journey took us west, towards a place spoken of in reverent tones, the Avenue of the Baobabs. The road was a simple ribbon of red dust, cutting through dry grasslands. And then, we saw them. They rise from the flat earth like ancient sentinels. Their trunks are impossibly thick, smooth, and pale gray, reaching for the sky before sprouting a small, modest crown of branches. They are not like other trees. They look as if they have been planted upside down, their roots waving gently in the blue air. These are the baobabs, the giants of Madagascar. Standing beneath them is a humbling experience. Some of these trees have stood here for over 1,000 years. They have witnessed the passing of seasons, the rise and fall of kingdoms. They hold the memory of the land in their very bark. As the sun begins its slow descent, the avenue transforms. The light turns to liquid gold, painting the massive trunks in hues of orange and deep purple. Their long, distorted shadows stretch across the dusty ground, creating a scene of profound and silent beauty. It is a cathedral built by nature, a place for quiet contemplation. The local people, the Malagasy, hold these trees in high regard. They are known as Renyala, which means mother of the forest. They are not just plants, they are living monuments, woven into the spiritual fabric of the community. Children play at their bases, their laughter echoing softly in the twilight. Elders share stories under their sparse canopy, passing down knowledge from one generation to the next. The trees provide shade, their fruit provides nourishment, and their presence provides a deep sense of continuity and connection to the past. As darkness fell, the stars emerged with an astonishing clarity, untouched by the lights of distant cities. The Milky Way was a brilliant smear across the heavens. The baobabs stood as dark, silent silhouettes against this cosmic backdrop. The air grew cool, and the only sounds were the chirping of insects and the gentle rustle of the wind. In that moment, the world felt vast, and we felt very small. We were standing in a timeless landscape, a place of immense power and tranquility, on an island that continued to reveal its wonders one by one. Our path then led us to a place that defies belief. It is called the Tsingi de Bemaraha, a name that translates to where one cannot walk barefoot. From a distance, it appears as a great grey plateau, but as you draw closer, the reality of the landscape becomes terrifyingly clear. This is not a solid mass of rock. It is a forest of limestone, eroded over millions of years by wind and water into a labyrinth of razor-sharp needles and pinnacles. It is a fortress of stone, a landscape designed by nature to protect its most delicate secrets. Navigating this stone forest requires courage and trust. We were secured by harnesses, clipped to cables that ran along the narrow paths and across swaying rope bridges. Below us, the chasms dropped into darkness. Above, the stone spears pointed at the sky like a million daggers. The sound of the wind whistling through the sharp formations created an eerie, musical hum. It was a place that felt both dangerous and sacred, a geological masterpiece of breathtaking scale. One wrong step could lead to a serious fall, a constant reminder of the raw power of this environment. Yet, within this seemingly inhospitable world, life thrives. In the deep canyons, hidden from the harsh sun, pockets of green forest flourish. And it is here that we found one of Madagascar's most iconic inhabitants. With a sudden, ghostly leap, a Sefaka lemur launched itself from one sheer rock face to another. Its white fur was a brilliant contrast against the dark gray stone. They moved with an impossible grace, dancing across the sharp edges with an agility that defied gravity. They are the true masters of this vertical world. Watching these creatures was like watching a ballet performed on a stage of knives. They seemed to float through the air, their long limbs extended, before landing with perfect precision. Their large round eyes watched us with a calm curiosity, unafraid. In this formidable stone kingdom, they have found a sanctuary. The Tsingi protects them from predators, providing a safe haven where they can live as they have for millennia. It is a powerful testament to the resilience of life, its ability to find a home in even the most extreme and challenging corners of our world. To truly understand Madagascar, one must understand its relationship with water. We left the stone forest behind and traveled towards the Tsiribihina River. Here, life moves at a different pace. It flows with the gentle current of the water. We journeyed on a simple wooden pirogue, a traditional canoe carved from a single tree trunk. Our guide, a man named Jean, pulled us along the slow-moving, ochre-colored river. The sun was warm on our skin, and the only sounds were the rhythmic splash of his pole and the call of distant birds. The river is the lifeblood for the communities along its banks. Villages appeared as small clearings in the dense vegetation. Houses were built of wood and palm leaves, raised on stilts to protect against the seasonal floods. People came down to the water's edge to wash clothes, to fish, to collect water for their daily needs. Children laughed and splashed in the shallows, waving at us with bright, enthusiastic smiles as our boat drifted past. There was a sense of peace here, a life lived in harmony with the natural cycles of the river. As we floated downstream, the landscape unfolded like a storybook. We saw crocodiles sunning themselves on the sandy banks, their ancient forms perfectly still. Brightly colored kingfishers darted through the air like living jewels, diving for small fish. In the trees lining the river, families of lemurs watched us pass, their inquisitive faces peering through the leaves. Jean would point them out with a quiet word, his knowledge of the river and its inhabitants seeming as deep and wide as the water itself. He spoke of the spirits of the river and the importance of respecting them. In the evening, we would camp on a wide sandbank under the vast open sky. The crew would build a fire, its warm glow pushing back the deep darkness of the Malagasy night. They would cook rice and fish over the open flames, sharing their food with us without a moment's hesitation. We would sit together, sharing stories through gestures and broken phrases. The stars above were brighter than any I had ever seen. Lying there, listening to the gentle murmur of the river, I felt a profound sense of connection to this place and its unhurried, elemental way of life. The greatest discovery in Madagascar is not its strange wildlife or its dramatic landscapes. It is the character of its people. The Malagasy people possess a warmth and generosity that is truly extraordinary. In a country where many have very little in terms of material wealth, they give what they have with an open and joyful heart. This is not just politeness, it is a deeply ingrained cultural value known as fihavanana. It is a belief in kinship, friendship, and the importance of maintaining good relationships with everyone. It is the soul of the island. We experienced this hospitality everywhere we went. In a small village, we stopped to ask for directions. Not only did a man walk with us for a mile to ensure we found our way, but he then invited us into his humble home. His wife offered us a bowl of rice and a small portion of zebu stew, a meal that was likely a significant share of their family's food for the day. They refused any payment, simply smiling and saying, "You are our guests." Their home was simple, but their welcome was fit for royalty. This spirit of giving is a part of daily life. We saw children sharing a single piece of fruit, carefully dividing it into equal portions. We saw neighbors helping each other rebuild a fence, working together with laughter and camaraderie. There is an understanding that survival and happiness are collective efforts. This generosity extends even to strangers from a different world. They look at you not with suspicion, but with genuine curiosity and an open, welcoming smile. It is a smile that says, "You are welcome here. Share our world with us." This extreme hospitality can be overwhelming. It makes you reconsider your own notions of wealth and poverty. The Malagasy people may lack many of the things the developed world considers essential, but they possess a richness of spirit that is immeasurable. They have a deep connection to their land, to their communities, and to each other. Their kindness is not an act. It is a fundamental part of who they are. The greatest treasure of this forbidden island is not a jewel or a precious metal, but the simple, unconditional gift of a human smile. Our time in Madagascar came to an end but the island's spirit stays with you. It is a place that reorders your perspective. It reminds you that our planet is home to wonders that still feel undiscovered, places where the modern world's frantic pace has not yet taken hold. The memory of the baobabs at sunset, the leap of a lemur across a stone chasm, the slow journey down the river, these images are etched into the mind. They are reminders of a world that is wild, beautiful, and fragile. The feeling of timelessness is perhaps the most powerful impression. Life here seems to follow ancient rhythms. The sun rises, the zebu are taken to pasture, the fishermen cast their nets, the sun sets. There is a simplicity and a purpose to this daily cycle that feels deeply reassuring. It is a connection to a way of life that has sustained human beings for millennia. In a world that is constantly changing, Madagascar feels like an anchor, a place that remembers the old ways, a land that still listens to the whispers of its ancestors. The island's forbidden reputation now seems like a misunderstanding. It is not forbidden because it is hostile. It is sacred. It is a place that asks for respect, for quiet observation, and for an open heart. It demands that you slow down, that you look and listen carefully. In return, it offers sights and experiences that are found nowhere else on Earth. It reveals a different kind of wealth, one measured not in money, but in biodiversity, in community, and in the profound peace of its natural landscapes. Ultimately, the story of Madagascar is a story of warmth. It is the warmth of the tropical sun, but more importantly, it is the warmth of the human heart. The extreme hospitality of the Malagasy people is a lesson for all of us. It demonstrates that kindness is a universal language, and that the greatest journeys are those that connect us not just to new places, but to each other. The Forbidden Island is, in the end, one of the most welcoming places on the planet, a land of giant trees, dancing lemurs, and unforgettable smiles.